Hey there, what is going on, you guys? I'm Matt, and I'm your expert on everything from smartphones to cameras and all things related. Now, today is a very exciting day because we are going to be unboxing and taking a look at the brand new MX Master 4 mouse. Now, I was able to get it in these three flavors. They're all MX Master 4s. Two are for the Mac system. One is the regular MX Master 4. It's in the pale gray, which is the color I'm most excited about. Now, first off, if you don't know, all of these mice can be used with Windows or Mac. Really, the only difference is slight difference in colors, and the standard MX Master comes with the Logibolt high-speed, low-latency USB receiver. Whereas with the MX Master 4 for Mac, they do not come with that receiver. Now, there is two other models or SKUs of this mouse that I've been able to find. That's the standard MX Master 4 in the black, or as it's called, the graphite color. I've also noticed if you go to pick one up at Best Buy, there's an Adobe edition, which is also black, and the color SKU for that is just black. But as for right here, right now, I have these three, and we're gonna unbox them. I'm super excited. I'm gonna pick one of these to be my main mouse for me to use moving forward. I've had almost every edition of the MX Master series. I had the 1, the 2, this is the 3. I kind of skipped over the 3S, and now here we have the 4. But overall, my experience using the MX Master series ever since the MX Master 1, I really have had almost no connectivity issues. The buttons have held up with every mouse iteration that I've had. The batteries are fantastic, and overall, the MX Master series is generally regarded as the king of the productivity mouse. Now, please excuse the little bit of damage we have here. This thing was placed on the ground for about 2 seconds, and I have a corgi puppy. She got a hold of it pretty much instantly. So, apologies for that. But with that being said, let's look over the boxes quickly. With the new updated mouse design, the flagship feature of this is the side button is now a haptic button you can press that will give you vibrational feedback when you press it, and depending on what you're doing with it. You can also use it to open up a new command wheel feature that you can customize in the Logitech software Logi Options Plus. So you can see it says right here, haptic feedback. Taking a quick look at the back of the box. As you guys can see, it is compatible with Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Chrome OS, and basically everything. So again, these are interchangeable between Windows and PC. If you want to pick this up, if you want the pale gray color, for example, you will get the receiver in it. You don't have to use it. You can still connect it through Bluetooth. Yeah, so they're calling it the Actions Ring. Action Ring lets you access your favorite shortcuts at the push of a button. Haptic Sense panel, intuitive control and immersion with built-in customizable haptic feedback. Max-speed scroll wheel for hyper-fast pixel-precise scrolling. Now, these three mice do all use the 8K DPI sensor. It's the same sensor. Let's take a look at the back of the box that's for Mac. And now again, it just says Mac OS, iPad OS, but you can connect it to Windows through Bluetooth or any Bluetooth device. Okay, let's get into it. Let's unbox the pale gray MX Master 4 first. You can see on the side, it shows you what's in the box. You have the mouse, the receiver, documentation, and you can see it says USB-C quick charging. Get 3 hours of use from a 1-minute charge using a USB cable. Not included. Full charge lasts up to 70 days, which is about what I expect with these guys. Let's see if this is the same with this. Okay, for the 4 Mac version, it's just the mouse and the documentation in the box. It says specifically no cables on both of them. You can see the icon is crossed out. Same quick charging, same reading up to 70 days. Continuous. I also see right here that it looks like all of these mice are going to include a 1-month complimentary membership for Adobe Creative Cloud, which that is nice for them to include it. If you guys were to buy the Adobe Edition MX Master 4, it will come with 2 months of Adobe Creative Cloud service instead of just the 1. All right, so there it is, very minimal inside packaging, and this is the pale gray. Go ahead and just take that off. Okay, very cool. Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention is Logitech did mention on these new MX Master 4 mice that they are made with a new coating material that both stays clean longer and is easier to clean. So that's a big plus. Okay, so nothing behind there. So it's going to be just the mouse, and then at the bottom we have the Logi receiver in this little slot, and then we're going to have our paper packet. Okay, just slide that out. Nothing too crazy. Now, the one thing that is still missing from these MX Master Series mice is there's no dedicated compartment or anything to be able to store the USB receiver, although I guess you could just plug it in here. Okay, I'm gonna recommend that you don't do that because this is actually really hard to get out. So if you guys do pick one of these up, probably don't just throw the receiver in the charge port. Okay, I got it, but that was a little scary. So I'm just gonna set the receiver unit to the side over here. And here's a better, closer look at the mouse itself. Okay, same very clicky tactile buttons that we've come to know and love. Feels very similar to my MX Master 3. Obviously this is cleaner, but other than that, I almost wanna say it does feel slightly lighter, which for me, I would love it if they made a lighter version of it, but it feels like it's only a difference of a couple ounces. It might be the same, but it's very, very similar. Same ergonomics that we kind of know and love. Weight's about the same, feels like maybe a little bit less, unless it's my imagination. Okay, next up, let's open this guy. So this is the white one for the Mac. They're calling this one white silver, and they're calling the black one that's for the Mac space black. Okay, wow. So they actually look much closer to the same than I thought they were gonna. Okay, as you guys can see, no receiver in the box, just the same info packet. Okay, so I have to say, wow, I am shocked by how almost identical these are. For the pale gray, when you look at it in the product pictures, it actually does seem more of like a matte type of gray, but the MX Master 4 for Mac in the white silver, I gotta be honest, it looks practically the same. The only difference from what I can see is it looks like the palm rest section, so here, has a different texture. So it's more of a textured finish on the panel. No, maybe it's not. Wow, they are just so similar. Holy crap. Okay, so they seem to be practically almost identical. I still want to say there's a slight difference in texture on the Mac version, whereas with this, it just is the same from here to the buttons. But man, yeah, they are dang near about identical. Okay, so if you guys are trying to get one of these and you don't care if you get the wireless version or the version that comes with the receiver, again, to my eye, these are basically identical. You're not really missing out on anything color choice wise unless you need the Logi Bolt receiver. Yeah, I'm shocked that there's really almost no difference. Okay, so let's set those over here and we're gonna open up the Space Black version. Okay, so right off the bat, again, there is a slight difference from the top, like the back of it, of the body, to the mouse buttons. They seem more clear. Maybe that's part of the different material to keep sections of the mouse as clean as possible, since that's where your fingers go. Okay, so overall, it does look very good. It does seem kind of plain, almost in a boring way, but I mean, it is a good looking mouse, but it's almost like a typical office gray, like the typical color you would find in an office mouse, I feel like, which is fine. Yeah, so this is what the Space Black looks like on the MX Master 4 for Mac. What do you guys think? I think it looks fine, but the keyboard that I'm rocking currently is white and I wanted to go with the white one, so that much I knew already. I just wasn't sure if I wanted the standard edition or the 4 Mac edition because of the difference of the color schemes. Like I said in the product images, it looked like there was kind of a difference. But yeah, now that I know that they're very, very extremely close to the same, I think I'm just gonna keep the MX Master 4 for Mac in the silver white. And I'm not gonna keep the pale gray. Let's go and turn it on. Whoa, okay. So the haptics on here already feel amazing. It feels like a rubber ball dropped. Like if you drop a rubber ball and it and then slowly starts to bounce until it just stays on the ground. That's what this is feeling like. So far already, this is awesome. Very cool stuff. Ooh, okay. So now that the mouse is on, it's not just the click of the button. You get that haptic feedback with it every time that you click that haptic button. Each time you click it and press in, it feels like a spring. So that already is very satisfying, I have to say. So now that these are all unboxed, I'm gonna connect it to my MacBook, do some testing, play around with it, see what I like, see what I don't like, and I will report that to you guys. Also, when you use the action ring and it pops up, every time you move over an icon, it gives you a haptic feedback on the mouse, so it feels very responsive. And you guys can see as you go over each bubble, the bubble kind of reacts to the cursor, and then you could move around the action ring as you want. So with that being said, what do you guys think? Which one are you guys gonna pick up? I wanted to specifically compare these two because I know that this is going to be an incredibly well-selling mouse, and I wanted to help you guys be able to see what they look like and feel out of the box. That way it can help you make your decision. I hope that was helpful to you guys. If you're going to pick one up, which one would you go with? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.